from General Pepper. Priority 1.
We need your help, Star Fox. Andross has declared war. He's invaded the Lilat system and is trying to take over Corneria. Our army alone can't do the job. Hurry, Star Fox.
Greetings, everyone. We're back. Oh, look. Gyro controls. We're back for a little bit of, we're going to do a run. Y'all ever done a run before? If you ever played Star Fox 64, you know that it's a game that's meant to have replay value. Multiple branching paths of levels, and to see what kind of score you get. And Kirby says you get all the gold medals. So, well, if you have Star Fox 64 3D, you can play the game with motion controls. Yeah, but it remains one of the best games for 3DS. Let me show you. You go into options and hit control settings. And they got type B, which is the N64 configuration, what I use. Type A is more for the modern Nintendo layout. But if you're playing the game on Nintendo 3DS mode, which is what I would recommend for gyro controls, it's a bit easier.
Corneria, fourth planet of the Lilat system. The evil Andross turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dengar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andross. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James's son Fox about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andross has again invaded the Lilat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lilat system once again.
Well, see, the 3DS version is balanced to complement the new gyro controls and the circle pad. Gyro! Star Fox, from what I understand, was just started out just being Nintendo's attempt to show off what the Super FX chip inside the Super Nintendo could do. They believed it could actually render 3D graphics, rudimentary, but polygons and things. And so they made a space shooter for it, and it was this this average space shooter, fly through the air, shoot things. And then Miyamoto came up with a crazy idea because he was a boy in school. He used to draw animals, foxes and things as in their faces as characters. And he said, "Why don't we just make all the characters in the game animals?" And it became Star Fox for the Super Nintendo. And they worked on Star Fox 2, and then canceled it right before it was ready to be released, and made Star Fox 64, which was kind of a remake of the original Star Fox for Super Nintendo. Better storytelling, and a bunch of sequels: Star Fox Adventures, Star Fox Command, Star Fox Assault, but none of them have seemed to strike the same chord as Star Fox 64, which is why they remade it in 3D for the 3DS. And also why Star Fox Zero for the Nintendo Wii is the exact same story as Star Fox 64, just reimagined a little bit. Seems people just resonate with that story. In Britain, the original game for Super Nintendo was known as Lilat Wars, which sounds a little bit like Star Wars, because another company already owned the trademark for the name Star Fox in a video game. So it was a very bad video game. So Nintendo was forced to use a different title until the trademark wore off. And all subsequent games became known as Star Fox in Britain too. Oh, I didn't know that.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andross won't have his way with me.
This was probably the first Nintendo game to have so much voice acting in it.
Open the wings. Check your G diffuser system. Falco here. I'm fine.
This is Peppy. All systems go.
Slippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
And as dated as this game may look to you, it's a substantial graphical upgrade over the actual N64 version. But it is the games where Fox McCloud and Falco Lombardi come from in Smash Brothers.
Slippy, get back here! Slippy, watch out! Bogey on your tail!
Whoa! Help me! Thanks, Fox. I thought they had me.
So if you're not familiar with this game, Silver, I think it was Silver, actually came into this earlier when I was
We're entering Coneria City now.
testing it.
This is horrible.
And he said to me, "What's Star Fox?" And I was like, "What?" And so I actually had to explain to him what Star Fox was. But if you're not familiar with Star Fox, I'm not propelling the spaceship. The levels are on-rail levels where the only thing you can kind of do with the R-Wing is move it around up and down.
Use the brake!
Use brake, what have you. And try to hit as many things as you can on screen to rack up the biggest score. And stay alive, of course.
Fox, get the ones behind me. Something's wrong with the G diffuser.
I should be thankful.
And yes, I played this game until I was sick. When I was a small lad with an N64.
Do a barrel roll.
Because I'll be honest with you, when this game came out, it was a launch title for the Nintendo 64. Nintendo 64 was competing with the Sony PlayStation. And though people claimed the Sony PlayStation was capable of better graphics, the Sony PlayStation did not have a game
Pretty smooth flying, Fox.
that had no loading, non-stop voice acting, and multiple branching paths. It essentially made the PlayStation look old.
I found the target. Try to keep up. Time for a little payback. Gotcha. Someone wants to play.
Incoming enemy from the rear. Drop altitude.
Enemy shield analyzed.
The 3D viewing on new 3DS is very nice. And I could actually turn on 3D for y'all to see, but you would need to have 3D glasses, like the red and cyan 3D glasses to make it out.
Aim for the open spot.
It would look strange to y'all. So I don't have that turned on.
Yeah, it's working.
Who are you guys?
Here, Star Fox.
You'll never defeat Andros.
You have 3D glasses?
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming more like your father.
I'm fine. You okay over there, Fox?
This is one of the strongest uses of the 3D because the ship is always where it is, basically on the screen. And so they could afford to make sure that the ship really jumped out of the screen while everything else in the background fell forward. And so it made a really powerful 3D effect. So we have gone to Sector Y. But for y'all, I mean, for y'all who want to see what I say for y'all who want to see what it would look like, get your red and cyan glasses out. There you go. And that's the 3D set to max. I could play the entire next level like this, but I think y'all would not appreciate it. Because it is a little bit hard to make out. There we go. Wait a sec. Our eyes are already dying.
Fox, we're under attack. Help us out here.
I'm on my way.
It's a pretty cool thing. I actually wanted to stream all my games in 3D. But as soon as I got this capture card and asked everybody, they said, don't do it. So I haven't done it.
back up the squadron.
Y'all can hear the game and the voice as well, right?
Somebody's gonna pay for all this. Don't let any of them through!
Something's wrong. I don't see the enemy fleet.
Surprise attack coming from above! Hold them! They're trying to get through! Good job! Keep up the pace! The enemy's coming from behind!
Whoa. Whoa. I missed the freaking gold ring. Eh.
I've got everything above.
Not the best at this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm offending you with my poor performance.
He's quick! Be careful!
We're gonna break through that fleet. Is that the best you can do?
Hey now. I thought I was doing pretty well.
Knock it off, Fox!
Y'all got in my way.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
I got all the bombs I missed.
Something's up ahead. Looks different.
All range mode.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Jeez, quit moving around. Shoot, I'm taking damage.
Good job! Keep up the good work!
Don't party just yet. It's time to try our new weapon.
Shoot, I'm taking damage.
Cocky little freaks!
I'm coming for you. You're mine now.
I just gotta get you. Where are you?
You're making me mad!
Is he behind me? Oh,
I'll take you guys out from the ship.
Cocky little freaks!
hope you like water.
We're heading for Aquas. Report in.
There you go.
Your skills have improved, Fox. I guess you're good for something.
Fun fact, the next stage was one of the first games that went to the Wii Virtual Console on the original Wii. And when they ported it over, they stabilized the clock rate across the board of the game. Not realizing that this upcoming level here, Aquas, was clocked down to run well on the N64. And when they clocked it back up again for the Wii U, so it had a consistent frame rate with the rest of the game, it was hella infinitely harder than it originally was in the N64 game. They also had a problem with the joystick sensitivity on the classic controller, and so they ended up doing a patch for the game. So if you wanted the classic controller joystick sensitivity to work well, you'd have to download this patch, but the patch also clocked this upcoming level back down to the way it was in the N64 with a poor frame rate. And there's a lot of people that they're like, I kind of want the game with a better frame rate on Aquas, but with the control stick actually working right on the classic controller. And there was no in between. If you wanted the classic controller to work, you had to get the patch. It's one of the few Virtual Console games that required that. They kind of learned their lesson. Make sure the ports are accurate to the way they originally were. Oh no. It was definitely an issue. And you'll see when we go to Aquas here. Aquas is... it looks like the system is having a hard time running the game. It actually... This 3DS wouldn't have a hard time running this. But they do it on purpose now because the difficulty level was designed for this choppy frame rate you're about to see.
Star Fox, I want you to take out the enemy bioweapon.
Yes, sir. Deploy the Blue Marine.
Good luck.
This is just to... This is actually what didn't happen in the original N64 game. Just to remind you that the Blue Marine is different from an R-Wing. You have unlimited torpedoes, but you can't charge your lasers.
I'm gonna check out the bioweapon.
Oh man, it's classic Uday. Yes, sirree. The Blue Marine. Slippy's invention. Falco, not a huge fan of it. As you might imagine.
I'm sending the data to you guys. Shoot a torpedo to help you see.
Looks like the pollution has started.
It's awful. Wow, look at that. It's beautiful.
The sub is called the Blue Marine.
How's the Blue Marine, Fox?
There you go.
It's a good thing you prepared, Slip.
I don't think the Blue Marine made an appearance in Star Fox Zero, too. Which is strange.
Whoa! Watch out!
Oh, crap.
Do a barrel roll.
Oh, wow. If you didn't know where that meme was from, it's actually from the first level, Corneria. Let's see here. I kinda don't need that.
Look out behind you!
Oh.
Keep shooting! We've got lots of torpedoes!
You're the best, Slippy.
Thanks, Peppy!
Is that thing still alive?
You guys actually trust this thing?
There we go. Give me that. Man. Jeez. Everything's heading my way to explode. I don't want to go through there. I just don't trust him. Oh, falling rocks now. That's great.
I got a bad feeling about this, Fox.
They may have taken a couple things from Star Wars, the more I think about it.
Watch out, Fox!
Damn. What's going on, marksman? Slippy grows on you a little bit.
I found the bioweapon.
Enemy shield analyzed!
Aim for the two columns.
Whoa. This is one of the harder levels, harder bosses, I think.
That's it, Fox.
And I know, I say that just because it's hard to get a shot in. You're just kind of counting on luck eventually.
Fire a holo torpedo!
That's it, Fox.
Now,
Go for the eye.
he lost his top shell. And now you gotta get the missile into his eye, but he's blocking it with these pearls, I guess? And he shuts his eye if he doesn't get to it quick enough. Although I'm making it look easy right now. Yep, see? Pearl's getting in the way of the missile. You just gotta keep at it and hope you get lucky. I mean, you can kind of freeze these guys up a little bit by shooting them, but they don't stay frozen very long. There you go. Oh my god, it's Cthulhu. It's a bubble blowing baby. It might be bubbles.
We're preparing to dock. Thanks, Slip. Blue Marine came through.
Slippy's not such a screw-up after all.
Thanks a lot, Peppy.
I'll take the sky any day.
Sheesh, Falco. You too?
My favorite Star Fox game? Well, it's hard to beat the nostalgia that's generated by this one, Star Fox 64. But Star Fox Zero is the best one. It has very difficult controls, but it's pretty extreme. One of the early 3DS games that encouraged you to take a break every 15 minutes. And back to the air we go. Well, what you may not understand is the reason why there's so many different planets is because there's alternate branching paths in Star Fox. Whether you achieve certain objectives or not, you might go somewhere else. And now we're going to Zonus, which is, when I was a kid, the worst. The worst. No one likes Zonus. Zonus was awful.
There's an enemy base there?
Affirmative, General.
My problem with the original was that I was actually such a young and dumb kid. I could never get past the first level in the original. So...
Let's sneak in low and surprise him.
This is Zonus?
I can't believe they did this.
What a dog.
I hear you, Slippy.
Adjust your... Oh. Someone tell him to adjust his qualities to 720p.
Fox, get this guy
Lost a
off me.
wing.
This is really starting to tick me off.
I'm working on it. Slip.
Ooh, that was too...
Follow your father's example, Fox.
Oh, I tried, but with a wing...
Closing in on them, Falco.
Ooh. Who's that?
Take the right light, boy. I have the left.
Cat, what are you doing here?
Is that any way to greet a girl? Whoa! Watch out!
Ooh. I need my wing back. It's really affecting my flight dynamics. And obviously, I probably should mention this. To achieve the alternate
I've got somebody on my tail.
stage, you have to take out all the lights without getting spotted.
Kiss you for that.
I know it seems like we're already spotted, but if we miss a light, we are essentially spotted.
Brother, Fox.
And that keeps us from progressing to the alternate mission.
Knock it off, Fox.
Oh, that fixed my wing.
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
There we go.
Enemy tanker.
Twin lasers will help.
You got an enemy on your tank.
Woo! Holy cow.
Here I go.
Enemy fighter!
You're making me mad, Fox. Make way for Cat.
Whoa! Damn. I'm taking a beating over here.
These guys don't quit. Back off, Fox.
Ugh. I told you I hated Zonus as a kid.
Looks like we've got company.
Get that one.
That was a close call, Fox.
Thank you. Falco actually made himself useful for a change.
Jeez Louise, what is that? Be careful, it might be a trap.
Oh yeah, of course it's a trap. It's a freaking Star Fox game.
Coming from the sea.
Disrespectful little whelps. I'll teach ye some respect.
Did you love the pirate? Whoa! That was creepy in
Enemy
3D.
shield analyzed.
Adjust 10 degrees right. Fire!
A space fighter versus a submarine. With a wrecking ball, though. It's not like a submarine. It's like the most absurd submarine in the world.
Prepare to soften. All sections ready. Engaged!
Okay, so what I need to do is take out the air vents. The ventilation. Before I shoot the things off.
Destroy the two exhaust pipes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Attaboy, Fox. Nice going. His armor's tough. Use those wisely. Attaboy, Fox. Nice going.
Now, to knock those things off,
Drop the crane now!
he needs to fish it out, and we're gonna kill his crane. If we can. Nope. Not quick enough. We get some bombs from these guys.
Quick, destroy the crane.
I know I'm working on it, pet. Ah. Whoa. Arg. That's what every submariner says when they go down. Arg.
All aircraft report.
I guess so.
I'm having some trouble here.
There's pretty shitty ones though. They're just floating around, right?
Everything's A-okay. Cat, where'd you go?
Glitch Hunter 605. If you can hear me, try to set your quality to 720p. Change your quality settings. What, you don't say ARG when your sub goes down? I guess your sub never went down. Which is a good thing. Sector Z.
The enemy army is gunning for you. Be careful.
Don't worry, sir.
The ambush of the Great Fox. We'll try switching to twitch.tv/Heath himself streams.
Enemy approaching from the left.
I'll gladly take this one.
An unusual level.
Nice, welcome.
What is going on? Where is our bad guys?
Fox, get this guy off me!
Take care of the guy behind me, Fox.
Everybody wants help.
Shoot, he's right behind me.
Oh, now everybody wants help. Ah.
I can't shake him. Your father helped me like that too.
You actually do have to help them, else they'll take damage.
Gee, I've been saved by Fox. How swell.
And Falco is always so appreciative.
Six missiles coming from the left. Missile 1 is heading for Gray Fox.
Here it comes.
Good. I think we took out the missile. Where's the other one? Is there another one? Not that I see.
Missiles 2 and 3 approaching.
Nah, I spoke too soon.
I'm heading for the missile now!
You are.
Fox, get this guy off my tail. Doggone it.
Missile approaching. Distance 50.
Whoa.
One missile down.
Where's the other one? Whoa.
Help, Fox! There's a bogey on my
There's
tail!
a couple of bogeys on your tail, Slip. You're a little bit shitty.
Are you gonna hog all the fun?
Hey, girl.
Cat, can't you go bother someone else?
Let me help you out.
Scratch one bogey. Gee, I've been saved by Fox. How swell.
Oh no!
Missiles 4, 5, and 6 approaching.
Oh,
Make way for Cat.
why don't you save Slip, cat?
Ooh, that was too close!
What's taking you so long, Fox?
Missile approaching.
Ugh.
Distance 50.
I took care of the missile for you.
That you did.
You owe me, Falco. You're on your own. Good luck, little man.
Little man. Don't you know I was short? I think we're halfway through.
Rob, is everything okay?
Gray Fox is okay.
That was a close call. We've got the bad guys on the run.
Don't worry, Slippy's here.
Area 6.
It's almost over. We're in your debt. Come back in one piece, Fox.
Will do, General.
Good luck. Cayman here. No problems. Do you copy? Emergency maneuvers!
Too late. Game over, pal.
Entering Venom Air Defense Zone.
This is us making a
Everybody stay alert.
pretty much a suicidal run on Venom.
Space mines ahead.
We're not supposed to get through this. It's actually a little bit more intense than Star Fox Zero, because it's much more clear that you're not supposed to make through it here.
Am I getting slow?
Knock it off, Fox!
Ugh.
Hold still and let me shoot you.
Oh, okay.
Gray Fox will cover you.
Thank you. What does that mean? Oh! Gray Fox is shooting the ships. Thank you. Ow.
Incoming enemy missile!
I'm taking a lot of damage here.
Down, we're being marked.
Missed one.
Did we get him?
Not yet, sir.
They're on me. I'm getting careless. What's taking you so long, Fox?
The sun will change cloud. Those teeth cabs are no match for me. I'm looking forward to this.
Ah.
They've broken through the first line.
We're gonna break through that.
They're through the second line!
Gray Fox will cover you.
Oh, a bomb finally.
Venom's right there!
Location confirmed. Sending supplies.
Taking damage. Damn.
These guys are crazy! Dang! Deploy it now!
I can breathe.
Enemy ahead! This one's different.
Crud! We were so close to Venom.
Those look important.
Enemy shield analyzed.
Ah. Oh my god. Oh, I love the fact that they give you health if you can stand still long enough to catch the little rings.
Yeah!
Shoot the tentacle to open the port.
I actually think it's aptly named. Gorgons in Greek mythology were like Medusa, for instance, was a gorgon, something with snake hair. This thing has snake tentacles coming out of it.
Watch out, Fox!
Whoa!
Destroy all 3 energy balls! The shield is gone! Shoot the core!
You did it!
Oh, so tense, so tense. No, not a spacefarer death, a Death Star. And I must reiterate to you guys that we are taking just one path through this game. There are
Hold on. We're entering Venom airspace.
There are more levels in this game than we have actually played to complete the game. You can just take a winding path through it if you want. I think this is actually the hardest path to take, technically.
Say your prayers, Andros.
Don't get too cocky, Star Fox. Let's see how you handle our new ships.
Too bad Dad's not here to see you fail.
We'll make sure you never reach Andros. We'll just see about that, Star Wolf.
Ah,
Guys don't give up.
the rival mercenaries hired by Andros.
Your father helped me like that too.
One of them responsible for Fox's dad's death.
Get this guy off me!
Shoot me down if you can.
I won't let you get away from me. Hey, Chief,
I'm looking for the bottom.
this can't be happening.
Lost Slippy.
I'll take care of you. What? He's too strong. You're good, but I'm better.
Must have taken out Pigma first thing. Haven't seen him. Whoa!
You're good, but I'm better.
Very hard to keep track of them. Gotta use your map down there.
You're good, but I'm better.
And as cool as these dogfights are, they do not hold a candle to the dogfights in Star Fox Zero.
You're not welcome
That's
here.
really what made Star Fox Zero amazing to me, the dogfights in it.
You're good, but I'm better.
The Star Wolf and the people that you have dogfights with in Star Fox Zero are just as good as you, and they have special abilities, special skills as pilots that make them almost better than you, and you have to actually just outfight them.
Give it up. You can't win.
It's very cool. Andrew's down.
There's one more to go.
I'm gonna go get that. That's a heal.
No way!
Jeez.
I don't believe it!
Well, if you crash your ship into me, I'm gonna win.
I'll go it alone from here. Fox!
I've been waiting for you, Star Fox. You know that I control the galaxy. It's foolish to come against me. Now you will feel true pain.
Not a very good laugh. Not as good as the original laugh, which was really creepy. Shoot him in the eyes for him to put up his hands. Don't trying to let the electricity hit you. And if you're playing this on the easy mode, or the easy path, tackling Andross here and beating him like this is the end of the game. But of course we've done the hard mode. So we have one more version of Andross.
Only I have the brains to rule Lylat.
So, Andross, you show your true form.
This version of Andross is a pain. His eyes are tethered by an electrical charge. The only weak spot on him is the back of his brain. Back lobe of his brain. But his brain stem is made of tentacles that if they catch you or ensnare you, they'll destroy your ship, rip the wings off and everything. Makes it very hard to do anything. So it's all about outmaneuvering him, which is not easy. But you got to take care of the eyeballs first. Oh. Usually if you're shooting at him head on, he teleports. And he teleports behind you every time. But you gotta turn quick, and you might be able to hit the head a little bit. Oh! He's got me. No, I got out with my wings intact, though. He's chasing me, if you can see on the map. He can't turn as sharply as we can. He does send out these little mines, too. That's annoying. Forgot how annoying Andross was. There we go.
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
It's the end of Fox.
Don't ever give up, my son.
Father?
this way, Fox.
James McCloud, Fox's dad, was killed by Andross years ago, or so we all thought. So how is he here?
Never give up. Trust your instincts. You've become so strong, Fox.
Fox, you're okay. That's our leader.
What's wrong, Fox?
Nothing. Nothing's wrong.
Now, this is the staff roll coming up, the ending, and the music for this is the greatest ending music of any game from my childhood. In fact, I'm going to turn up the music.
Star Fox, we are in your debt. I would be honored to have you as part of the Cornerian army.
Oh no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
Great Fox is ready to go.
It's time for us to go now.
see, there's no Andros there. If you had completed the game through one of the alternate paths that was not the hard path, where you didn't fight brain form Andros, you would have had at the very end, after the Great Fox disappears into the sunset, a big, you know, Andros's head would show up and you go just to taunt you, to say like you didn't really beat the game. So it made a lot of people go back and try again and again, which is exactly how you're supposed to play Star Fox. Star Fox is a game with replay value. We'll skip forward a little bit here. Rank, that's the 4th best I've ever done. Best I ever did was 1,011 points.
This is one steep bill, but it's worth it.
And that's Star Fox 64 3D. The remake of Star Fox 64, the remake, I say, it's almost a remastering. It's not a remake. It's the same exact game. New voices recorded. New ship models. And all that fun stuff. One of the launch titles for the Nintendo 3DS, and very cheap to find. And you know what? Just to top it off, let's start Star Fox Zero. We're not gonna play Star Fox Zero because Star Fox Zero is a lot longer than Star Fox, but just for comparison's sake, just to show you the difference the games have come to, and how it's the same story, but just told differently. Different events happen. Or should we do that? Or Super Mario Maker? Oh man. Oh man. I don't know, man. It's good. It's a good game. It's actually really hard to stream Star Fox Zero because they made a very strange choice with it, which is all the voice acting comes through the speaker on the Wii U gamepad. And controls did turn a lot of people off. It takes a long time to get used to basically controlling 3 axes at one time. But once you get good, oh man, it's worth it. But the cool thing is, I have that covered. It's the same wonderful cable that plugs into this 3DS for its sound. We plugged into the Wii U gamepad so we can get all the awesome voice acting. And yes, not everyone on this version of the game, Star Fox 64 3D, were the original Star Fox 64 cast. In fact, most of the voices you've heard in that game, ranging from Andros to Wolf, O'Donnell, Andrew, actually not Andrew. The same guy who plays Falco plays Andrew. But Leon, Pigma, General Pepper, all those names of characters I just threw out were performed by one guy in Star Fox 64 3D. They definitely went to save money, but he is so damn good that you would not have noticed that it was the same freaking dude. He's got versatility out the yin yang. He's great. But no, in Star Fox Zero they brought back the original voice actors from Star Fox 64, and so and the guy who does Fox came back, but he came back on the condition that he got to do Fox his way. He came back earlier to do Fox for Super Smash Brothers for 3DS and Nintendo 64. And I don't know if you guys remember, but when people first heard his voice in Smash Brothers for 3DS and Wii U, everyone went, "What?" Because we had been used ever since Brawl. Really, we've been used to hearing the voice actor from Star Fox Assault. But he came back and Star Smash Brothers, and he essentially did exactly what the Nintendo voice people wanted him to do, which was to copy his very high-pitched voice from Star Fox 64 exactly to the T, which he hated because he thought it was. He looks back on it and thinks it was a really bad performance, and that he wasn't as cool as a Fox McCloud as he could be. So when they brought him back to do Star Fox Zero, he was like, "I'll do it, but I'm doing Fox McCloud my way." And so it's the same dude. But the guy, I've talked to the guy before. I've sent emails to him. He has a full-time job as a radio DJ in Seattle, Washington State. And even though he does that high-pitched Star Fox voice, he can also do a "Hello, this is a radio announcer man" voice. And so his range is tremendous too. And he can take that Fox McCloud tone and make it cool. I didn't know what he planned to do, but he did it, and it's really impressive. So let's just do it. We're gonna do it. Here we go. We're not even gonna like move things around here. We're just gonna change scenes. Where's the scene changer? We're gonna unplug. Full screen scenes. Bam. There you go. What's going on? Dirt Cake. We just finished Star Fox 64 3D, and it was fun. It pumped me up really good. And so I'm going to just, for fun, I'm going to share with y'all Star Fox Zero. Same story, but for Wii U. I'm going to need y'all's help, though. I want to kind of balance the audio from the gamepad and basically the character's voice acting with the music of the game, the sounds of the game. I don't want it to be too soft, I don't want it to be too loud. So I'm going to need your help. Wii U! Whatever that game is. Things just keep coming out for Wii U. I don't even know what they are. Stopping the stream and starting the stream, so we have a good Star Fox Zero label. This is about as fast as I've ever done this before.